Welcome along to Top Shelf Tech. Today we've got Sam Allen, Digital Strategy Manager at the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, joining us. Welcome along, Sam.
Hey, Jeremy, great to be here.
Looks like you've got a nice office set up in the background there.
Oh, it's all about the corner home office these days. No, it's fantastic.
Looks like a bit of sun in Wellington as well. I believe you're joining us from.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic here. It's a great day. I hope it stays like this for the weekend to get some fishing out there.
Very nice, man. Very nice. Hey, look, thanks for joining us to talk about Kiwi Fintech and cloud banking. Firstly, I thought we'd just start with a little bit of your background. You're a man that's trotted around the globe and spent a bit of time in the banking industry.
Yeah, really lucky. Like every good Kiwi, I packed my bag at 21 and decided to head overseas for that great adventure. And 18 years later, I came back a little bit wiser, a little bit bolder, and loving to be back home in New Zealand. So I trotted over to Australia, which was a fantastic adventure. I thought that I could go straight from there to Ireland, and got stuck there working for Seek, which was an amazing opportunity just to find out how that whole business works. I went up to Canada from there and then trotted across to Ireland where I worked for AOL. Redid the Yellow Pages, worked with an amazing organisation there, and then started my financial career over in London. So I went over to Canary Wharf and started working for Credit Suisse there. Really interesting investment banking, just what they say it's what it's going to be like. Big, hairy, bold, challenging, global, massive, and just an amazing place to learn and understand what technology can really achieve when you throw money at it, and when you've got a large scale opportunity to be able to deliver on. HSBC, doing their digital transformation with them, going from bricks and mortar to digital banking, which everyone is working through now, which is great to see in New Zealand with the likes of RBNZ, ANZ, Westpac, Kiwi Bank, all going digital with their banking. And now working for central banking. So doing the whole remit, investment, retail, commercial, and now being part of the central banking system. Yeah, really exciting.
So in a quick tidbit, what does central banking actually do, and how does it impact the lives of everyday Kiwis?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Reserve Bank is committed to the fiscal stability and providing dynamic monetary and financial system that's sustainable for a productive economy, basically making sure that people in New Zealand have money in their pockets and they're able to keep the economy going so that we can live healthy, grow business, and be successful in the economic sector. It's great.
And so technology, how does that apply to the to central banking? What kind of are the big ticket items for you guys and how you're using technology to support and change your business?
Yeah, so we've got challenges that we face across financial, operational, legal, and reputational, and technology really underpins our ability to be able to support what we need to do in the marketplace to be able to ensure that we're providing the best opportunities for each of the financial people that we support, our customers, but also New Zealanders. And technology underpins all of that. It supports how we do our collaboration. It supports how we do our supervision. It supports how we want to move ahead in the future to be able to grow and to provide assurance in a world where we're on the shaky aisles. We've got to make sure that no matter what happens, any natural disaster, the economy is going to keep on ticking, and we provide those essential services and provide the right access to finances to keep the businesses and the people of New Zealand going.
So in that role and what you're doing from a technology perspective, does that enable an innovation in fintech startups or the retail bankers that you mentioned earlier?
It's so exciting. What cloud has done for technology, in my experience going from London over to here, is huge. The ability to be able to access large amounts of data, to be able to do large amounts of processing, to be able to offset our risk in terms of where we're actually hosting our technology is absolutely fantastic. And now we're doing more integration with services so that we're actually able to focus our abilities on what the Reserve Bank should be doing, not just building tin and looking after data centers, but actually looking to be able to support access to information, services, and start integrating with collaboration with other financial institutions around New Zealand and around the world. And that's what cloud and tech really enables us to do.
Cool. And data you've mentioned that's at the core of all of that. You can build things on top of that then enable others to access it. But from a data perspective, you guys have been on a bit of a journey building out some cloud stuff, and you've probably I think taken an approach. We talked about this in the past that was sort of moving away from a lot of the proprietary data stacks and going with something that you felt was agile and cost effective. Can you talk us through that? What that looks like? What you guys have done?
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm really proud of the team over at Reserve Bank and our partners to be able to help to get us where we are today. We looked at a lot of the opportunities that were out there in terms of the data strategy that the Reserve Bank has put in place and how we want to use data to be able to better move ahead with how we engage with the fiscal economy and our customers. And we said, how are we going to do this? Do we build our own? Oh, that's one way to go. Who else in the world is doing what? Bank of England, Singapore, all the major banks, Australia, what are they doing? And then we had a look at what the opportunities were in cloud, and we said, actually, now's the right time. We can create a secure tenancy, we can scale on demand, we can get over some of the operational risks that we're wanting to address. And we looked at compartmentalizing out what we did so that we had a more robust, scalable, portable solution, and we went for it. And in doing that, we've started an amazing foundation to be able to grow the organization in terms of cloud and data in a secure fashion that is scalable and performant. And it's really exciting.
So cloud native data services, is that what I'm hearing?
We definitely use some cloud native data services, absolutely. And we're using some as a service as well, other people that are hosting up on cloud. And there's some amazing offerings, like from when I started 10 years ago in the financial services sector to where we are today, it's leaps and bounds. It's absolutely amazing. And just getting the assurance and security of services, access, speed, the ability to have fibre in our houses in New Zealand just makes something absolutely unthinkable 5 to 10 years ago a reality today.
Yeah, absolutely. And for you and the team, recent win, I understand, Cloud Innovation Award at the Central Banking Global Fintech and Rich Tech Awards. That must be a huge win coming from New Zealand to go take on all the global players who probably have access to a lot of money to do the stuff.
Yes, absolutely, and a huge shout out to Adrian Orr and the team who really carry that vision. A great team, Best Bank. We're the smallest central bank in the world that has the biggest remit, and we're lucky to have such visionaries and people that really believe in how do we grow as a central bank. So winning that award was just a massive reaffirmation for the team in terms of going cloud, being able to create a secure tenancy, being able to use it to drive one of the core areas within our organization to be able to show the risk appetite is well justified against the security appetite, and a great way to move forward. The team's so excited to be recognized on a global stage for the great work, but also provide something that is open source that any other central bank in the world could ask us about, that we could share so they could step up and grow as well. So it's on the shoulder of giants that we all grow, and collaborating with other people around the openness of the platform is a great way that we can be able to grow as a central banking community. So I guess that's the great thing. Central banking is about helping each other, help each other's economies, and help each other's people be better. So it's a great step for every other central bank in the world to leap from.
You've talked about security a couple of times, and you guys operate in a highly regulated environment. We hear a lot of stuff about what government can and can't do in cloud, what data should and shouldn't be hosted in cloud. You guys have obviously done this. You've made some moves, and I'm sure that you've put a lot of checks and balances in place. Do you believe that there is anything that prevents government from using more cloud services with sensitive data and I guess being able to develop these sorts of services?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think it's the ability for people to be able to do things right. Like we all know with technology, if you don't do it the right way, then you're going to open yourselves up to a lot of risk and a lot of opportunistic people to be able to get a hold of yourself. I guess the latest Garmin lock is a really good example of that. There's no reason people can't use cloud. It's just that you've got to use it in the right way. It's not just because it's cloud, it's secure. You have to put all the right protocols in place, from how you're building your code, the pipelines that it's getting it up, all your access protocols, everything else. You have to keep on investing in those, making sure they're secure, they're put in place correctly, and that they're reviewed. And the only thing that really stops people being able to use it is that investment in assurance, one. And two, making sure that you understand what data that you're putting up in the cloud, where it should be, what type of data it is, who owns it. Because tenancies and where they sit plays a huge amount in terms of where your information can be accessed by other people's legislation that we don't control. And I think that's something that FIRA has brought up with their review about moving to the Azure stack now that they're looking to move to New Zealand, and how their data is going to be used. I think that they're the key things: how you're managing your data, how you're securing it, and what information is being put where in the world.
Do your due diligence, do your homework, and there's nothing to prevent you doing it. Just don't expect a silver bullet.
Yes, and don't underinvest. People think that the technology is the investment, and that's the major cost, but really it's that plus assurance, because every organization wants to make sure they're reducing their risk profile and they're securing their assets, which information data is an asset, and making the most of it in the best way they can.
Awesome. Well, look, thanks a lot for joining us today, Sam. Congratulations again to yourself and the team for the recent award. Great to see Kiwi, Kiwi organisations, in particular, government organisations succeeding on the global stage.
Hey, thank you very much, Jeremy. Again, thank you very much for your time, and congratulations to the team on the award. It's a great step forward, and looking forward to the future.
Cool. Cheers, Sam. Thanks for joining us. And